Today, I'll be sharing the exact method I've used to make thousands on social media and why with the right knowledge, anyone can do the same. So let's jump in. The first step is the most important part of the whole process. So it's critical that you get this right. Otherwise, you could put in a lot of time and effort and not have very much to show for it. Now, obviously you need an audience in order to make money, but more important than how many followers you have is the composition of your audience. So in other words, who follows you? And this is going to impact your earning potential because your audience will later become your customers. So if you have 1 million followers, but none of them have any money, it's going to be difficult to monetize because not only will they struggle to buy your products, advertisers will also pay you less. So the first thing you should do is identify your ideal follower. And as you do this, there are two main things you should consider. First, is your ideal follower able to spend money? So obviously, if your audience is in a lower income bracket, it's going to be more difficult for them to spend money, and that is going to lower your earning potential. But also, if your content is made for kids, they likely are not going to be able to spend money without help from an older person, so that could end up lowering your earning potential as well. And then the second thing to consider is how much is your ideal follower willing to spend? Typically, educational content earns more per follower than entertainment because people consuming educational content are trying to solve a problem and they're often willing to pay for that solution. On the other hand, people consuming entertainment content are trying to be entertained, so they're probably going to be less keen on spending their money. Now, I'm not advocating either way because you can make money no matter what you choose, but it's just important to consider all your options. Then, after you've identified your ideal follower, the next step is pretty simple. Algorithms work by analyzing behaviors such as comments, shares, or how long you spend watching a video to figure out what you like and then show you more content like it. So in order to build an audience, you need to help out the algorithm by creating content for the same kind of person every time. And then the algorithm will do the work for you by finding the right people. And when someone comes across your content for the first time, they are first going to judge that individual post. And if they like it, they will visit your profile. And if they find more content they like, then they will be likely to follow you. So that is the second step. Create content that attracts your ideal follower. And as you consistently deliver the value that people followed you for, you will continue to grow and you'll also build trust with your audience, which is essential if you want to monetize effectively. And there are many ways to monetize, but I would start with your platform's native monetization features. Usually there's a follower threshold in order to become eligible, and then the platform will start paying you directly. So on Instagram, it's 10,000 followers, and on X, it's 500 verified followers, in addition to 5 million impressions. And the native features usually include payment based on views or engagement, as well as the option for people to give you tips or subscribe to you. And getting paid this way is a great place to start, but the real money is made through external monetization. And Alex Hormozi has a great framework for this. He sees it as a spectrum. So on the left, you have low effort, low capital, low risk. And then on the right, you have high effort, high capital, and high risk. So starting over here on the left, the first one you have is sponsorships. And this is where a company reaches out and pays you a flat fee in exchange for you promoting their product. Sponsors are a great way to monetize as long as you do your research and make sure the company you're promoting is legit. And you may think you need a massive audience for this, but I started getting my first brand deals around 30,000 followers on Instagram, so that is definitely within reach. Moving over to the right, the next one is an affiliate partnership. So this is where a company pays you a commission based on how many products you sell. So you can see there's a little more risk involved here because the payment is tied to the results you generate. But if you get the right product, you'll make a lot more money this way. For example, I sold a bunch of basketball jerseys on one of my Instagram fan pages and received a $10 commission for each sale. And over the course of the season, I ended up selling 73 jerseys So I was paid $730 because I sold them through my affiliate link. But if I had just received a flat fee each time I posted about the jerseys, I likely only would have made around $200 to $300. Once again, make sure to do your research so you don't promote something that people have a bad experience with. But if you get the right product, this is a great way to monetize. Then moving over to the right again, you've got drop shipping or white labeling. So this is when you partner with a company and they handle all the operations for you and you just slap your logo on a t-shirt or something like that. So most creators that are selling merch do it this way, unless they're really big and are able to do it in-house. Then the step above that is to partner with a company where you actually receive equity and revenue sharing in exchange for promoting the product to your audience. So a classic example of this is Alex Hormozi's deal with Skool. So Alex invested money into Skool and became a part owner, and now he promotes the product to his audience. Or an even more popular example of this is Prime Hydration. So believe it or not, Logan Paul and KSI are actually minority owners of Prime. They did not technically create the drink, they just partnered with a company called Congo Brands, who handles all the manufacturing, and then Logan Paul and KSI promote it to their audience. All right, then finally, all the way over here to the right, you've got products and services that you create yourself. So Mr. Beast has Feastables, which is a completely separate company that owns all of the production process for creating the chocolate bars. Or another example of this is Sidemen Clothing, which is more than just a cheap t-shirt with a logo slapped on it. It's a legit company with physical locations. In fact, you may notice that I often wear Sidemen clothing in my videos, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just like the clothes because they're high quality and I like the way they look. Another example of this is creating software. And this is something that's really popular right now because of AI coding programs, but this has been around for years already. This could also be something a lot smaller, such as a paid community, an online course, or a coaching program that a creator runs on the back end of their content. And this is more common in the education space, but you could see an opportunity where maybe an entertainment creator creates a paid community that allows for increased access to them. So this is not just limited to education. So those are the 5 ways to monetize according to Alex Hormozi. And basically what you would do is you start with the method that makes the most sense for your audience and then slowly expand from there. So if you are an entertainment creator, most likely you're going to start all the way over here on the left and then slowly work your way to the right. But if you are an educational creator, you may start over here on the left and then jump all the way over here to the right a lot sooner and create a product or service because that's what makes the most sense for your audience. So that is how you make money on social media, but it's difficult to make money if you don't have an audience. And I know I talked about this briefly at the start of this video, but if you click the video on screen, I will go much more in depth about how to set yourself up for success. So click on that to learn more.